Okay,
You're good to go.
okay. Am I good to go?
Yep.
Okay, so let me just change my background. And there we go. As you probably can see, I am in the greenhouse here. It is rather green behind me. A little bit of the white towers are still showing. Many of you may know, if you don't, I've been rather involved with the Tower Garden since its inception. I am not a farmer, though I've become named a farmer of sorts by a gentleman with a yellow hat. But that being said, I'm just like all of you, intrigued by the products, intrigued by the opportunity to grow fresh fruit in my backyard, in my home. And all of you probably at this point have a Tower Garden. And maybe there's some struggles and maybe you're an expert. So if you're an expert, put your hand up. Come on, experts. No experts? It's got to be an expert. Listen, there's some of us that are 50 miles out of town, so you're all an expert tonight. So I'll wave my wand when we're done and you'll all become new experts. But there you go. There she is. That's righty, expert. So the irony of this, though, is that there's 3 areas I wanted to talk about tonight in this training, which I think will be sort of redundant, but maybe not, because I field a lot of questions every day of the week. I have people at my home here, whether they're buying plants, working through some challenges, wanting to learn more. So I'm going to break it down tonight into 3 parts: the basics of growing a tower, building a customer base with our Tower Garden, and I'm going to talk about attracting team members to the Tower Garden, part of our business. Now, let me just sort of put this disclaimer out there. Nobody comes to the Tower Garden business without us mentioning the Juice Plus company, the Juice Plus product line, because as you all know, the story starts here. Almost 30 years ago, we introduced whole food nutrition, the things that you all heard about tonight. And what did we know? That whole foods are really important to healthy living. We talked about nutrition. We talked about powdered produce tonight. We talked about all the benefits of eating healthy. Now, not only have we found a way to bring that concept in capsule form, we're now going to show you how to grow your own food right in your backyard, on your patio, your porch, and even in a classroom. So we've taken that story and we've built upon it. We've made it stronger. I believe it's a stronger story today. Juice Plus is a great product. It's impacted lives around the world. But the Tower Garden is giving each one of us an opportunity to really live this mission full out. I'm in a greenhouse here. I built this greenhouse for my personal use. I got lots of beautiful greens behind me, if you can see. There's a tower on my other side, this side, which is all basil. And we just had a pesto making day at the house. And some of you that live local know what that's all about. But we skin the towers and we make lots of pesto, and the grandkids are happy and grandma has a great time. But the importance of it is that it's a community kind of building event, and it really allows us to really get hands-on into growing food and really utilizing it at another level. So let's talk about the basics of growing a Tower Garden. All of us, if you haven't grown a Tower Garden, you got to get one. So if you're on this call and you don't own a Tower Garden, you need to hang up, go to the order department and order your Tower Garden, okay? Well, wait till I'm done. Okay. So you're going to order a Tower Garden and you're going to get it. And it's going to come in a box and you go, uh-oh, what did I get into? Well, you got into something that you probably never done before. We've all maybe had a patio pot on the deck or something, and we maybe put a tomato plant on there and we grew some tomatoes, or we had some mint grown in the backyard that took over the back corner. But honestly, the beauty of the Tower Garden, I keep reminding people, is that you can mess up today and start all over tomorrow. You can't get to do that when you have a traditional garden. You miss a window, you're done. You can go indoors, you can add lights, we can put a heater into the water to extend the growing time, all those fun things that we can do to extend the growing season. But I think the important thing is that you need to have a tower, make mistakes, grow your own seeds, put them on a windowsill, watch them get leggy, or order them from some supplier, come in with a few aphids, send them back out, start over. I mean, that's the beauty of gardening. If anyone thinks gardening is a perfect science, once again, get off the phone here, go get a manual out. It really isn't. Yes, you follow a few of the basics and it works. And that's really what the Tower Garden is all about as well. Yes, it's going to produce food. The one thing that I remind people time and time again, once your tower starts growing, your responsibility is to eat it. So, enjoy the fruits of your labor, from day one, and have fun with it. So the basics are, you got to get a tower. You need to play around with different kind of lettuces, different kind of herbs, things your family will eat, maybe even a tomato plant that you let get out of control and say, I'm not going to do that next year. Okay. Anyone do that? Yeah, I think we all did that. So I have some watermelon seeds this year. Anybody grow a watermelon? Not advisable unless you have a huge backyard that you're going to send that vine right across the backyard, and squash and pumpkins and things like that. People do it, not advised, but you can do it. So, but have fun. It's not the end of the world if you're outdoors, of course. Indoors, I heard some people allude to the fact that, having fresh produce through the winter is amazing. We're all going to see, if you haven't been to the grocery stores lately, stay tuned. We're going to need to be growing some more food locally, each one of us. So get ready for that. And I'm not, casting doom. I'm just saying that food is going to be important, and fresh food is going to be even more important today. So I really encourage you to really tune into what's happening that way. Building a customer base is always very interesting about the Tower Garden because, and again, I'm going to sort of slap some people on the wrist, but I'm not really trying to be unkind about it. I'm really trying to think about, when I see a lot of posts on Facebook or other social media, it's Mother's Day, buy your Tower Garden today. Your mother's going to love you more for it. That's nice. It's cute. And, but I think, we missed an opportunity to really allow them to understand why they may want to buy a Tower Garden, why they may want to engage. So to me, I always feel that we got to ask better questions. What are you doing to feed your family? How do you find your lettuce at the supermarket? What are you growing outside your house to have fresh produce year round? Ask better questions and you're going to get better answers like, gee, I'm not doing anything. Wow, you might want to look at what I have. What do you have? I have this vertical contraption. What do you mean vertical contraption? I have this aeroponic growing system. It's amazing. My family's loving it. What are you talking about? Can you show me something? Build the dialogue. There's so much conversation around this. And I think, when Juice Plus first came out, we used to say we had, diarrhea of the mouth. Okay. We couldn't wait to tell everybody about everything on Juice Plus, how it was, and people looked at it, they glazed over, they walked away and said, good luck. So we sometimes have a tendency to do that with Tower Gardens. I don't think we need to do that. I think we have an amazing piece of equipment that really delivers, and we just need to be out there sharing it. And again, just like Juice Plus, I tell people, am I okay still? Good. Am I still coming through okay? Just nod.
Yeah,
somebody.
you're good. You're good. You broke
Yes?
up a little bit,
Okay.
but you're okay.
Okay, good. Okay. My internet said it was a bit unstable, but people that know me know that's true anyway. But anyway, going forward, when you really have people that are looking at what we're doing, they're intrigued, and it really brings a unique opportunity for us to keep telling the story. Honestly, everywhere I go, obviously, whether I'm wearing my logo or I'm asking people what they do for a living, or are you busy? I had a lady here today, Stephanie Berardi, 2013, did her master's. Some of my team know her. Did her master's on the Tower Garden on sustainability at University of Pennsylvania. Passionate about it, stayed with me about 3 years, had a baby, got off track, went to work for a senator, just lost her job. She's super excited. She came back. She's ready to get back signed up, and she's ready to hit the pavement and start running again, because timing is what it's all about. Today, timing with the Tower Garden could not be better. People are talking about growing food every opportunity they get, and we're going to have something to share with them as we, continue to do that. Put that word out there that this is what we do and this is what we have for them. So ask good questions. Schools are amazing opportunities. I do a lot of schools. Some of you know, some I'm doing on a small basis, some I'm doing on a very large scale. Cornell is hosting New York Ag in the Classroom in late June. I got a guy up there, one of my teachers, he's bringing 15 towers to the seminar. He's gonna showcase what we're doing. I think to date in Cornell's, school system in the Ag in the Classroom program, we probably have 200 towers. And it all started with one person hearing about the tower at a random event. that I was speaking at, and we developed a relationship and we built it. Never joined the business, but led me to so many other opportunities. And I think that's what we have to remember here, just like Juice Plus. You know, hey, what do you do for a living? Hey, I love Gina. Thank you so much for talking about, you know, working so hard and figuring out how to make, you know, make this thing work. You know, we all have a passion about what we do or where we came from. But when you find something that truly transforms your life and other people's lives, that's a game changer. So I have a visitor here, a little bee that snuck into my greenhouse. Stay over there. So let me just wrap up with sort of a couple of things here, and maybe we can open up some questions if that's okay, Carol. So, you know, attracting people to build the Tower Garden business with you. How do you do that? You know, again, it's back to asking questions. You know, when people hear about the Tower Garden, they're intrigued. What we all have, who said it? Inger said it, I think, about, you know, I sold the Juice Plus product and I thought, well, I would like a discount, or I like a better price, or, you know, if it really impacts my life that way, you know, maybe getting a better price, I'll get a little bit more business and who knows what. I don't really do that. I really talk about opportunity. I talk about what I just shared with you tonight. You know, everybody's talking about food today. I go into the supermarket, and I don't care if it's Whole Foods, and excuse me for talking about Whole Foods. I don't care what supermarket you go to. Look at the produce. Think about it. It came 1,500 miles on average to be in your supermarket. Who touched it? How was it packaged? And how long has it been off the vine, or been off a long time, or at least 7 to 10 days? Just that alone would make me suspicious and make me concerned. And I would say, hey, listen, is that something that you're concerned about? You know, actually I am. I really, you know, I'm looking for people that may have an interest in what we're doing. Well, what are you doing? I'm educating people about the importance of growing their own food. And today, of course, I've gotten involved with the commercial division on a very large scale. Mercedes and I are heading out to Erie on Monday to introduce a huge farm out there. And we're super excited. It's the sort of the grand awakening of Erie, that they want to have an indoor sustainable farm. But this is communities around the country, around the world, that are looking at this technology and looking at this opportunity to grow food. So it's very comfortable to say, you know, we could really use some help. And I think that's the thing that we don't do enough of anymore. I'll be honest with all of you on the phone here, or on the call here. If you look in the mirror and answer this question, you know, how many people have I invited to look at my company, look at my business in the last 60, 90, 120 days? I mean, I'm going to say it's probably in single digits at best. You know, and I plant that seed. Not everybody takes it. Some people sign up and don't do anything. That's okay. But every once in a while, they turn around and say, you know what? I'm ready to get busy. I'm ready to get reconnected. I'm ready to really go after this and see what's going on. So, you know, I just encourage all of you, from a marketing standpoint, the time is right. The opportunity is there. This isn't like some far-fetched, you know, DIY project that might work. This works. You know, this is proven technology. We can stand, just like we stand behind Juice Plus. You know, there's a product out there called Balance of something. I forget what it's called. But, you know, a lot of people are hearing about it and they're like getting all concerned, like what's going on? I said, balance of nothing. And when you think about it, they're selling our story that we started 28 years ago. You know, we're the front runner and we have the science. They got a couple of folks talking about, you know, what it meant to them in their life. And that's nothing wrong with that. But talk about, you know, the science. The science gives us, you know, really the leg up on all this stuff. I mean, you know, everybody wants to know the science today. You know, what's the research? What's behind this thing? We have the best science out there in Juice Plus. We have the best science out there on the Tower Garden. I mean, I talk to people that have built systems. You know, I built my little system. I saw yours and go, oh, wow, you know, I need your system. So I think across the board, all of us, you know, that are looking at Tower Gardens and trying to, you know, really take it up a level. The timing's right. Engage people in growing food. Ask them better questions. Don't sell Tower Gardens. You can't sell. If the people aren't interested in growing food, don't talk to them about growing food. But if they're concerned about their health, obviously, you know, the door opens and you develop a conversation. Another thing I want to just mention before I go, because I always get this question about people that are growing seedlings. I had a lady here today, as I said, Stephanie, and she said, here's my seedlings. She showed me a picture on her phone. I said, throw them out. I didn't say that. I said, they're probably not going to work too well. She's sitting them on her windowsill, and that's fine if you have a nice bright window that doesn't block UV light and it's getting at least 6 to 10 hours of light a day, and you're watering them evenly. But most people aren't doing that. They're sitting on a windowsill and hoping that they grow, and all of a sudden they get real leggy and stretch. You put them in a tower and they fall over and they don't really do much. So just food for thought. And I know some of my local team knows this, but when you look at a seedling, you want it to be fairly compact, okay, not too stretched. Some plants will stretch faster. Am I gotta go that side? And very well contained. And little roots should be coming out the bottom. Once it reaches the sides, it says, put me in a tower. And I would encourage all that. Here's a little cilantro. It says, put me in a tower. It's ready to go. And of course, a little pepper plant. These are jalapenos. And there we go, that side. Put it in, little white roots coming out the bottom, ready to go. So keep them compact, bring them on, in good light. If you don't have a window, put them under a little grow light, put them on a desk, put them somewhere they're going to get good light, a little bit of nutrients, good light, good lighting, put them in your tower, check your pH, don't get all bent out of shape. Oh, my pH is all over the place. Get it in range, 6.5 to 5.5, close enough. Yes, if you want to be an expert, you get a little meter and you figure out all kinds of things. But for the most part, these things will grow with probably less fuss and standing back a little bit than trying to manipulate everything. But all things said and done, the end of the day, I often tell people, and Missy, I talked to you earlier today, and I'll sort of, when it's not fun anymore, you're not going to see me here. I'm still having way too much fun. The energy from what we do, I just love being around this community. I love helping people. I go into schools and I see very enthusiastic, young kids and older kids, and just people excited about just helping others, and that's what we all get to do every day. So I'm going to just sort of open up. If anyone had a couple of questions, I don't know, Carol, how you feel about that, but I am very open to handling a few questions, because I think it would be helpful to some that may have a couple struggles with their towers. So if that's okay, Carol,
Absolutely.
how do you feel about that?
Absolutely. If anybody's got any questions.
We have a few minutes. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Anybody shoot? And okay, Sophia.
So I have to get my tower started for the summer season. Yeah, we're talking, Kit. I've sprouted successful seedlings before, but I've never looked at the bottom to see the roots coming down.
Mhm.
Is that a necessity?
So, I mean, it just tells you that they're well established. The whole medium of rock wool is just to hold the seed in place and to allow the roots to grow through. Once you see little hairy things sticking out, that the seed is established and it's well rooted and ready to go. So that's really just a fundamental kind of thing. Some people the reason I tell that, because some people say, can I just put seeds in the rock wool and put them in my tower? Some people have done that and have had success. Not recommend it. And I can tell you 100 reasons why not. But for the most part, I wouldn't do that. So all in all, that's sort of just the rule of thumb.
And then
Okay.
I haven't tried to grow these yet, but I have a little monster who obviously decided bedtime wasn't happening, who loves to snack off of the tower, which is great. I've never grown strawberries. Is that like a seasonal thing? Do you have to germinate? Is there a secret to it?
Yeah, we're the long and short of strawberries is recommended on the Duane McCarthy channel here. Is that if you're going to do strawberries, you got to make a commitment to a whole tower of strawberries. A random strawberry plant, and I have them here. They're looking beautiful, but I'm going to get 3 to 4 to 6 strawberries, and that's it. Maybe 10 if I get a really healthy plant. If you really want to grow strawberries, make a commitment to a full tower of strawberries. Load them up early. You're a little late right now unless you have plants that are already grown, because they should be in flower right now and ready to start to produce. So as a novelty, have a strawberry plant or two, but for the most part, the real success of growing strawberry towers is a full tower and play around with the pH and the nutrients a little bit, and you'll have a good crop at least. So, all right, good deal. Well, thank you. Anyone else who's got some burning question that they really have been stumped for in the past? Okay.
Have any questions?
All right. Too much. Good. Well,
I see
must have
some
covered
towers in the
everything, Sarah.
background. I
Duane,
do have, go ahead, who was
Somebody
that?
there?
Duane, hi, it's Marilyn. I
Hey, Marilyn.
have a problem with aphids on my indoor towers, and they
Sure.
seem to come back year after year.
So like I said in the opening, if you don't have a few aphids, you're not doing it right. I say that jokingly. Insects are everywhere. Yes, one little aphid, as you know, they're born pregnant. So one little aphid can be 200 little aphids almost overnight. Hard to get them all. There are plenty of organic sprays to use. This is one that I use. It's really just being vigilant. And if I find a plant that has too many aphids, like something really got in and I missed it, take the plant out and throw it away. The rest of your tower will thank you. And I think if if you have house plants, listen, the aphid, the little baby aphids on your plants, they're suckers. They stay there, but they also become adults and they fly. And then they go and they land on another plant and have little babies, and that's how they keep moving around. So they can go onto your house plants and then they can come back. If they have nothing on your tower, if you're growing indoors, who's got their Edie, you have a tower with lights on it. You're going to attract insects to lights, indoors and outdoors. So it's just my real answer, Marilyn, and it's to everyone and even myself. Be vigilant, look around. When I see something, I get right on it and I don't let it fester. And if I've missed it, get rid of it. And believe me, we're all susceptible to it. Everybody tries. I know the seedling providers are doing their best to really keep them in check, but there's always a few to get through. And, I've been knocking on wood and I'm looking for some more wood. So anyway.
I have several questions.
Oh boy, you can only have one. Okay.
And this is a Tower Garden home from one of my customers, and I'm at their house right now.
Oh, lovely.
I wanted to know about growing tomatoes indoors with these grow lights. Do you think it works? I see some people doing it successfully. Mine were slow to ripen.
So number one, and again, this could be a really lengthy answer, but I'm gonna make it real short. Yes, you can grow tomatoes indoors. Do I recommend it? No. However, if you want the experience, and I do it in classrooms, they need to be pollinated. So you let the flies and the bees in, or somehow get a fan blowing or something like that. With our lights, the intensity of our lights are fine for growing tomatoes. The right spectrum is fine. The challenge is that they're not going to flower as much, so you're going to have limited production. So if you're okay with creating all that mass of green and having limited production, greenhouse tomatoes that we buy in the supermarket, they're called greenhouse tomatoes because they're grown in a greenhouse indoors. Okay, certain varieties do well indoors, but they have massive fans blowing around the clock, and they're thinning out all of the non-flower producing branchlets that suck up energy and nutrients and all that stuff. So once again, like strawberries as a novelty, I'm all about it. But for a production standpoint, I would just say better used somehow else.
Okay, great. Then my other question was, I live in Maine, and I find that, even though I have the Tower Gardens indoors with grow lights, when spring comes, the plants seem to grow more vigorously. They just, they're only getting a little bit of window light, but they seem to know. Do you find that true?
What's the temperature of your house?
It's about 64.
What's the temperature outside?
Well, when it starts to get, it's still here 30 at night and about 70, 65 in the daytime.
Right. So all I'm really alluding to is the fact that, you know, plants like it to warm up a little bit. So your house will warm up in the summer, they'll grow a little faster. It's really temperature at that point. If I was you and I mean, plants like their roots to be no lower than 68 and as high as 80. So if I put, even if indoors, if you want to put a fish aquarium heater in there to keep it at 72, 75 degrees, your plants will do much better. I'm just telling you. Okay,
Okay.
so it's more of warmth of roots. Air temperature is going to be a little warmer and you're going to get higher production. And you're
Okay.
keeping your lights on, of course, still 12 to 14 hours a day.
Okay, even though it's still cold outside in like February, it seems like the plants start to grow more vigorously. But anyway, and then my last question was, I find it hard to get the rock wool cubes in and out of the microgreens sections. So this particular customer, she has this tool. It's an old surgical
Yes.
tool called a tissue grabber.
I see
And
it.
it works beautifully.
Yes, it does.
So I want more of those.
Well, I trim my rock wool before I put it in there, get my scissors, cube them down a little bit so they slip in and slip out. For the microgreen tops, that's just a standard operating procedure here. Anyone that's been over has seen me. I got this, and of course, you know, whether it's a pick or a suture or some other kind of, you know, tool, that's a great thing to have nearby.
Okay.
All right, I
great.
think we're at time there. Carol, I guess we should honor everyone. Thank you for your questions and thank you everyone for being on. Hopefully there's a few nuggets here that we can use.
that was
Anybody else?
awesome.
Good. Well, thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate all that knowledge. So thank you for doing our training tonight. We'll see everybody next week.
We'll be
Thank you,
here.
Duane.
Same station, same time.
Yep.
All right, everyone.
Thank
Good
you,
night
everybody.
again. Thanks
Thank
again,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
Thanks to my speakers.
Thank you
Bye-bye now.
all of you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, Duane. It was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Dwayne.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thanks, Marilyn.
Thanks.
All right.
It was so wonderful. Thank you.
I appreciate